Have you ever truly paused? In that silence, a question may arise. Who am I really? Beyond your name, your history, beyond your successes and your failures. Is there a deeper essence? Is there a silent witness? This question is not a puzzle for the mind. It is an opening, an invitation to look within, to discover a truth beyond thought. Many people live their entire lives on the surface. They identify completely with the stream of their thinking. They believe they are their thoughts. They believe they are their emotions. This constant mental noise becomes their identity. But what if this is a profound misunderstanding? What if the voice in your head is not you? What if you are the listener, the stillness behind the noise? This is the beginning of awakening. The mind loves to label. It creates a story called me. This story is made of memories, beliefs, and future projections. It is a useful story sometimes, but it is not the totality of who you are. You are much more vast, much more spacious than any story the mind can tell. Consider Sarah. Sarah lived a life filled with anxiety. Her mind was a relentless commentator. It replayed past mistakes. It worried endlessly about the future. She felt trapped by her own thoughts. She believed every negative thought. Every fear felt absolutely real. Her job was stressful. Her relationships felt strained. Peace was a distant dream. She identified completely with her suffering. One day, Sarah stumbled upon a simple teaching. It suggested that she was not her thoughts. At first, this seemed absurd. How could she not be her thoughts? They were so loud, so persistent, so her. But a seed of curiosity was planted. She began to observe her mind. Just watch, without judgment, without trying to change anything. She simply watched the thoughts come and go, like clouds in the sky. As Sarah continued this practice, something shifted. She started to notice small gaps, tiny moments of silence between thoughts. In these gaps, there was peace. There was a sense of self that was not tied to the mental chatter. She realized the voice in her head was not her. It was just a voice. This understanding is not new. Ancient wisdom traditions have pointed to this truth for millennia. Great sages and philosophers understood the mind. They saw its power. They also saw its potential for creating illusion. They taught that the mind, in its rightful place, is a servant, a useful instrument. It can analyze, plan, and create. It helps us navigate the world. It is a gift. However, these ancient teachings also warned. They warned of the mind becoming the master. When the servant believes it is the ruler, imbalance occurs. This is the source of much human suffering. The unobserved mind creates a false self, an ego. This ego is built on identification with thoughts and emotions. It is constantly seeking to defend and enhance itself. It lives in fear. It craves control. This is not your true nature. Philosophies like Stoicism in ancient Greece and Rome taught mental discipline. They emphasize distinguishing between what we can control and what we cannot. Our thoughts, our responses, these are within our power. External events are not. Buddhism speaks of no self, anatta. This points to the illusory nature of a fixed, permanent self created by thought. Today, the challenge to remain present is perhaps greater than ever. The modern world is a symphony of distractions. Technology, while offering connection, also fragments our attention. Smartphones beep, notifications flash, social media beckons. Our minds are constantly pulled outwards, away from the stillness within. We are conditioned to seek constant stimulation. Silence can feel uncomfortable. This relentless barrage of information feeds the thinking mind. It strengthens the ego. The ego thrives on comparison, on validation, on being in the know. The digital world provides endless fuel for this. We scroll through curated lives. We measure ourselves against others. This creates anxiety. It creates a sense of lack. We forget the richness of the present moment. we forget our inner being. The pace of modern life also contributes. We rush from one task to another. Our minds are always 5 steps ahead, planning, worrying, anticipating. We are rarely fully where we are. This doing mode becomes habitual. We lose the ability to simply be, to rest in awareness. This constant mental activity is exhausting. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor's inner kingdom. Consider Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, one of the most powerful men in the world. He lived amidst chaos, war, plague, political intrigue. Yet his meditations reveal a profound inner stillness. He practiced the Stoic philosophy. He understood that his true kingdom was within, his mind. He knew he could not control external events, but he could control his response to them. Aurelius wrote for himself, reminders to stay anchored in reason, to observe his thoughts without judgment, to accept what he could not change. He saw the mind as a citadel, a fortress of inner peace, if governed well. He wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." He understood that thoughts shape our reality, but he also knew he was not merely his thoughts. He was the one choosing them. His practice was one of constant self-awareness. He examined his impulses, his judgments, his reactions. He sought to align his inner world with virtue, with nature. This was not a passive acceptance. It was an active engagement with his own mind. He trained it, like a muscle. The space between differentiating thought from awareness. How can you begin to see this difference? The difference between thought and awareness. Start by asking simple questions. When a thought arises, ask, who is aware of this thought? When an emotion surges, ask, who is noticing this emotion? This who is not another thought. It is the awareness itself, the silent witness, the background of all experience. Thoughts are like clouds passing in the sky. Awareness is the sky itself. The sky is not affected by the clouds, whether they are dark and stormy or light and fluffy. The sky remains unchanged. Your awareness is like that sky. It is the constant. Thoughts are fleeting. They come and go. You are not the thoughts. You are the space in which they happen. This is a crucial distinction. Try this simple practice. Close your eyes for a moment. Notice the sounds around you, without labeling them, just hear them. Now notice your breath, the sensation of air entering and leaving. Then become aware of any thoughts. Watch them, as if you are watching a movie. Do not engage, do not judge, simply observe. Can you sense the presence that is watching? Gap 3S, peeling back the layers, the mind's constructed self. The mind is a master storyteller. From a young age, it begins to construct a story. The story of me. This story is woven from experiences, from what others tell us, from cultural conditioning. Beliefs are formed. I am good at this, I am not good at that. I am this kind of person. This collection of thoughts and beliefs creates an identity, a sense of self. This mind-made self, the ego, feels very real. It has desires, fears, and opinions. It seeks validation. It avoids criticism. It is constantly trying to maintain and enhance itself. It lives in the past and the future, regretting what was, worrying about what might be. It rarely rests in the present moment, because in the present moment, the ego has less to grasp, less to define itself against. But this constructed self is not who you truly are. It is a mental overlay, a collection of conditioned patterns, like layers of clothing. Underneath all these layers is your true nature. Pure awareness, unconditioned consciousness. This awareness is not defined by your story. It is not limited by your past. It is ever present. The Open Door, your journey to true self-recognition. This journey of self-discovery is an open door. It is always available to you, in any moment. It begins with a simple willingness, a willingness to look within, to question your assumptions about who you are. to step back from the incessant chatter of your mind, to become curious about the silence, the stillness that lies beneath the surface noise. The path is not about acquiring new beliefs. It is about shedding old ones. It is about unlearning. It is about letting go of the false identification with your thoughts and your emotions. As you do this, you will discover a profound peace, a joy that is not dependent on external circumstances, a sense of connection to something larger than your individual self. This is your birthright. Do not be discouraged if the mind resists. It will. The ego does not want to lose its dominance. Be patient. Be gentle with yourself. Simply return to observation, again and again. Each moment you choose awareness over thought, you strengthen your connection to your true self.